It's Tuesday, January 23rd, 2007, and you are watching The Ointment. I'm Steve Tatham, and I want some pie, because it's National Pie Day, and shouldn't you really be eating pie? That's what your pie hole is for. Our top story, a group of business leaders representing the energy, chemical, and other industries have approached President Bush to ask him to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. What? How bad is your environmental policy when the business community comes to you and says, hey, we need to cut down on the pollution? It's like a junkie saying to you, hey, don't you think you've had enough? Well, today is President Bush's State of the Union address, and I think we can all sum this up in one word. The State of the Union sucks. Of course, I'm an optimist, and I like to believe that the promises in the President's annual State of the Union address will come true. But looking back on the last half dozen years of President Bush's State of the Union addresses, what has he promised us? Hasn't really come true. Getting rid of steroids in baseball, that's one of my favorites. The hydrogen car, I'm still waiting. And of course, the all too famous, let's get rid of the terrorists. And he's still talking about winning that war in Iraq. You know, President Bush is like that guy who gave out his phone number to that hot chick in the bar and he's still waiting for her to call. Dude, she ain't calling. Let it go. Let's look at some predictions from psychic Jane Doherty. This year she predicted that J-Lo will have a baby, Britney Spears will make a musical comeback, and that Paris Hilton's boyfriend will dump her. Why are we looking at predictions from Jane Doherty? Because her track record on telling the future is just as good as the president's. Well, enough with the State of the Union. What about the State of the Ointment? That's what you want to know. Looking back at President Bush's State of the Union addresses, as well as other presidents, it looks to me like you can pretty much say whatever you want in the State of the Union. It really represents your hope for the future. So the State of the Ointment is great. Take a look. And this year we are poised to be the largest media site on the internet. And finally, in entertainment news, a new Broadway musical has taken New York by storm. It's called Spring Awakenings, and it features scenes of masturbation and teenage nudity. The audience reaction has been quite strong. In fact, each and every performance has been greeted with a standing ovation, and that's while the audience was still seated. That's The Ointment for another day. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Steve Tatham, and that's news. We'll catch you tomorrow, everybody.